Hi, my name is Hannah Johnson, and I'm here to discuss with you today about a few issues of our country. Drugs, crime. Do they actually cause crime? Do drugs actually cause crime? And what are the relationships between them? There are a few social theories that I will state and research that I have done to prove these points, and a social policy to come up with a solution for this problem. Social disorganization theory states that crime increases in broken down neighborhoods. Housing, family environments, and many other factors have attributed to this point. Children, especially juveniles, feel as if they cannot escape this environment and turn to drugs and crime. Adults, however, have a different persona. Adults may have come from high-class jobs, even middle-class jobs, and now live in low-income areas and are now drug addicts. They turn to crime for their drug addiction and also become drug dealers and deal to the younger children and then cause gang wars. Social learning theory also states that this behavior is learned through someone you are close to. Children in those environments with a low family structure, with no father or mother, or both, even a guardian or a grandmother, may see that there is drugs prevalent in the home. The father may say it's okay to smoke marijuana at Uncle Jim's house, and that becomes part of the social norm, and children don't see it as crime, they see it as part of what they grew up in that environment. Children also have the ability to go to school drug programs, but however, there are not many around this country. There have been in a few schools designated, such as in Chicago and Ohio, but it is also a failing structure because children are not required to attend these programs. There's also a certain deviance, such as cultural deviance, combined with strain of society. They see themselves outside of society norms. Certain cultures, such as the Hispanic culture, for example, and the African American culture, are one to discuss. The Hispanic culture sees drugs as a way of life and feels as if they cannot achieve anything above their societal standards in that environment. They also see drugs as a way of money, quick vice, and a way to impress anyone. However, this keeps getting contributed to the next generation and so forth, because that is their belief, such as social learning states. Some children in this previous generation or into this new future generation feel as if they do not need to do drugs for their family or provide for their family in such a way, and have actually grown out of that status. However, social pressures from the family, school, and many other children who are in that trade make them feel guilty or vulnerable and feel as if they cannot achieve what they want to achieve. School dropout rates are higher and higher with the Hispanic culture, preferably males. They also cause riving wars with cultures such as the African American cultures because they are very prejudiced towards them. The African American culture feels as if they cannot rise anywhere above their station because the white man will always prevail. However, lately, into this generation, that has not always been true. There are many people, many African Americans, have risen above this status and have become very great people, such as Denzel Washington and many others. However, there is still that stigma from previous generations that they can teach on to the next generation to feel as if they cannot achieve that societal status. Also, drug rates have increased among juveniles. Vicodin has increased from 4.1 to 5.7%. Oxycontin has increased from 1.6 to 3.7%, and many others, such as over-the-counter drugs and cough medicine, have been used to get high. Also, the many turf wars between the Hispanics and African Americans have increased crime, such as petty theft, burglary, and many other factors. However, many of these factors have stated that, combined with all this, what about the adults? The adults, however, come from certain other backgrounds. Adults come from high society or many others because of scandal, because of social pressures, may also contribute to drugs for their depression and vice versa and so on. So how do we solve this problem? How do we rise from all these problems and knowing what we can do to fix it? And we have tried to fix it, but still cannot be fixed. My social policy states that we should have drug prevention programs for the entire education system that require students to go to these drug prevention programs as part of their school grade. They will learn specifically from the 8th grade how drugs can destroy their life or even other people. They will also have the opportunity with other school programs involved as well to give them opportunities to improve themselves outside of their home. Juveniles that have been caught with drugs will have stricter restrictions on MIPs and will also go to rehab and be given community service and be taught that drugs are not part of life. Adults, however, will have stricter consequences. After the first minor offense, rehab and community service will be expected, specifically if it is cocaine or a higher drug. If they go through rehab and do all the steps that they can and commit again, they could be sentenced 3 to 5 years and no chance of parole. However, if they behave well in prison, they will be given job opportunities and check-ins with their parole officer until they can prove that they are forever clean. Thank you very much.